Day 3. The 99 sentences that train you to think in English. Quick, honest question before we start. Right now, while you're watching this, what language are you actually thinking in? Not listening to, thinking in. Because here's the thing, you can understand every word of this video and still be translating it in your head the whole time. That's the trap so many of us get stuck in. We hear English fine, we just never learned to think in it. And that gap is exactly why speaking feels slower and more tiring than it should. So today, on day 3 of Speak Like an American, I want to hand you something practical. Not more grammar, not another vocabulary list you'll forget in a week. Just 99 ordinary sentences, the kind your brain is already using every day, just not in English yet. Here's something I noticed a long time ago, and it might surprise you. Your thoughts aren't complicated. Nobody walks around narrating their life in beautiful, complex sentences. Real thinking sounds more like, I need to go. I don't know. This is good. I'm tired. What now? Same handful of little thoughts over and over every single day, just with different details each time. Which is actually great news, because it means you don't have to learn all of English to start thinking in it. You just need to learn the patterns your brain already reaches for constantly and get comfortable running them in English instead. That's really the whole point behind these 99 sentences. Most people spend all their energy preparing for conversations with other people, practicing questions, answers, small talk. Almost nobody practices the conversation happening inside their own head. And that inner voice never actually shuts off. It's the thing planning your day, worrying about stuff, deciding what to eat, talking you through a hard moment. If that voice is still speaking your native language, you're basically translating your entire inner life before a single word comes out of your mouth. That's the real slowdown. Flip that switch. Get your inner voice running in English first, and speaking stops feeling like translation. It just becomes talking. Try something for me today. Just notice your own inner voice as you move through your day. What's it actually saying? Probably nothing dramatic. I should eat something. Where are my keys? Hope today goes okay. I really don't want to do this right now. Totally ordinary stuff. And that's the point. You don't need difficult vocabulary to think like this in English. You need a small handful of sentences that are just there, ready, whenever your brain needs them. Once those feel automatic, the translating quietly disappears on its own. None of these 99 sentences were written for a test. They're not the stiff little dialogues you find in a textbook that nobody actually says out loud. They're just your everyday thoughts, rebuilt in English. Things like, I think I can handle this. This is taking longer than I thought. I should probably just ask someone. Nothing fancy, but exactly what your mind reaches for constantly. Run these in English enough times, and eventually your default just shifts. You stop noticing the translation step because it isn't there anymore. Here's honestly one of the biggest reasons people study English for years and still can't think in it. They only ever practice it for exams, for classrooms, for talking to other people, and they completely forget about the quiet conversations they have with themselves. And that's exactly where the real shift happens. While you're cooking, walking somewhere, waiting for a bus, standing in line, lying in bed right before you fall asleep. Your mind never stops during those moments, which makes them the best, cheapest training ground you have. No teacher, no classroom, just redirect what you're already thinking into simple English. Most people never even try this, simply because nobody ever tells them how valuable those small, boring moments actually are. So here's a simple thing to try right after this video. For the next 10 minutes, just narrate what you're doing, in English, out loud or in your head. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm walking to the kitchen. I'm opening the fridge. I don't know what to eat. It'll probably feel a bit strange, and your mind will keep sliding back to your native language. That's completely normal. It just means you're fighting an old habit. Every time you gently pull your thoughts back to English, you're reinforcing a new one. And I want to be honest with you about something most courses never admit. This is going to feel weird at first. There's no way around that part. Talking to yourself in English, narrating your own day in your head, it might feel slow, clunky, even a little silly. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means you're building something new. At the start, that mental path feels rough and unfamiliar. Use it daily, and it smooths out. One day, you'll catch yourself already thinking in English, and you won't even remember switching over. You might be wondering why I picked 99 sentences specifically, and not some huge master list. Honestly, because more isn't the goal. Actually using them is. 99 sentences, used constantly in real life, become part of how you think. 1,000 sentences you only glance at once in a while just fade. It's far more useful to really own a small set than to loosely know a huge pile you never touch. I'd rather give you 99 that actually stick than 1,000 that quietly disappear. Over the next few videos, we'll build these 99 sentences together, group by group, for your mornings, your decisions, the moments you need to talk yourself through something hard, and just describing the world around you. And we're not stopping at memorizing them. I'll show you how to actually fold them into your day until they stop feeling like practice and just become how your mind runs. Group 1, morning sentences. These are the very first thoughts you have the moment you wake up. I slept well. I didn't sleep great. I've got a lot going on today. I feel rested. I'm still tired. We start here on purpose because your very first thought of the day quietly sets the tone for everything after it. Start the day in your native language, and your brain tends to just stay there. But open with one simple English sentence, and you've already nudged things in a new direction. Do that every morning, and eventually it just feels normal. And here's something worth remembering about habits in general. They're never built from one big decision. They're built from small things repeated at the same moment, over and over, until your brain stops treating them as effort. So try this. The second your alarm goes off, before you're even out of bed, think one simple sentence in English. Today's a new day. I want to make today count. Doesn't need to be clever, just simple and repeated. That's genuinely enough to start your day inside English instead of outside it. Group 2, decision sentences. These show up anytime you're choosing between things. Should I do this now or later? I think this is the better option. I'm not sure which one to pick. Let me think about this a second. You already say versions of these to yourself constantly, which makes them almost free to practice. The more often they run in English, the faster English becomes your default, and you don't even have to carve out extra time for it. Your everyday decisions already are the practice. So try this. Next time you're making some small choice, what to eat, what to wear, which way to go, pause and just run it in English. Out loud if you can, quietly if you can't. I think I'll wear the blue shirt today. Maybe not that shirt today. Tiny decisions, sure, but you make dozens of them daily, which means dozens of free reps. This kind of real-life repetition honestly trains your brain better than memorizing scripted dialogue you'll probably never say in real life anyway. Group 3, and I think this is the most important one, self-talk and encouragement sentences. The words you reach for when things get hard, when you slip up, when you feel like quitting. It's okay. I'll try again. This is hard, but I can do it. I made a mistake, and that's fine. I'm getting better. Under stress, most of us default straight back to our native language. It just feels safer. But once you start encouraging yourself in English, something shifts. English stops being a subject and starts being something you actually lean on when things get tough. Here's why that matters more than it sounds like it should. The way you talk to yourself becomes part of who you are. If encouragement only ever happens in your native language, English stays boxed off as the thing I study or the thing I use with other people. But start saying supportive things to yourself in English. I've got this. It's okay. I'll try again. I'm getting better. And slowly, it stops feeling foreign. It starts feeling like your language, for your own thoughts. Try this one today. Think of something bothering you, even something small. Then say slowly, out loud or in your head, "It's okay. I'll figure this out." Just notice how it feels. This isn't just an English exercise. It's a sentence you can genuinely use anytime you're stressed. The more you reach for it in real moments, the more natural it becomes, until it needs no translating at all. Group 4. Observation sentences for describing whatever's around you. It's raining outside. This place is packed. That smells amazing. This is taking way longer than I expected. You can use these anywhere, anytime. No teacher, no classroom, no one else needed. Just look around and say what you notice. The more you do it, the more comfortable your brain gets running in English throughout ordinary life. Honestly, it might be the easiest way on this whole list to build the habit. And notice why these work so well. They happen constantly, without any planning at all. A bus goes by. A kid laughs nearby. The weather shifts. Someone's on their phone. Each one is a tiny, free chance to think in English. And because moments like that happen dozens of times a day, you get dozens of free reps without ever opening a book. So here's where we are. Group 1 gets your day started in English. Group 2 runs your everyday choices through English. Group 3 gives you a way to steady yourself in English. Group 4 lets you describe the world around you in English. Put together, that's already a real foundation. And we haven't even covered all 99 yet. Next time, we'll go further. Sentences for memory, for planning ahead, for thinking about your future. The quiet thoughts that shape your actual life. Group 5, memory sentences, for the things that already happened. That was a good day. I forgot to do that. Yesterday was rough. Oh, now I remember. Everyone replays the past. Good moments, mistakes, funny stories. If that only ever happens in your native language, English stays trapped in the present tense of your life. Start reflecting on your past in English too, and the language stretches to cover more of who you actually are. Try this tonight, right before bed. Spend a minute or two replaying your day in simple English. I woke up late. I talked to my friend. I felt tired this afternoon. Today was a good one. Don't worry about perfect grammar. Worry about the habit. Just like you can open your day in English, you can close it the same way. Do that even briefly, and it stops being a lesson and starts being part of your actual life. Group 6, planning sentences for what's coming next. I need to finish this first. I'll call them later. I should get up early tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. We use sentences like this constantly, organizing work, plans, whatever's next, which makes them genuinely useful, not just useful for English practice. The more you plan in English, the easier it gets to think ahead without translating first. Try this habit. Every evening before bed, run through tomorrow using 3 or 4 short lines in English. Tomorrow I'll get up early. I need to finish this project. I want to call my friend. I hope it goes smoothly. Takes less than a minute, but it's doing 2 jobs at once: organizing your day and training your brain to plan in English. Try this habit. Every evening before bed, run through tomorrow using 3 or 4 short lines in English. Tomorrow I'll get up early. I need to finish this project. I want to call my friend. I hope it goes smoothly. Takes less than a minute, but it's doing 2 jobs at once: organizing your day and training your brain to plan in English. Group 7. Honestly, my favorite. Identity sentences. These shape how you actually see yourself. I'm someone who doesn't quit. I'm getting better every day. I'm still learning, and that's fine. I'm proud of how far I've come. They sound simple, but they're not small at all, because how you talk to yourself shapes how you see yourself. Think honest, positive thoughts in English, and English stops being just a language. It becomes part of your actual growth. Notice how you talk to yourself after a mistake. A lot of us default straight to, "I'm terrible at this," or "I always mess this up." Try swapping that for something kinder. In English, "I'm still learning. I'm getting a little better each time. It's okay to mess up." These aren't just feel-good lines, they're honest reminders that learning takes time. Use sentences like this, and you're doing 2 things at once: practicing English and building a kinder inner voice. Group 8, the last one, curiosity sentences. The questions you ask yourself just because you're interested. I wonder why that happened. I wonder what that means. I'd like to know more about this. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Curiosity is what keeps learning alive. Get curious in English, and you naturally start noticing the language everywhere around you. New words, new questions, wanting to understand more. So, quick recap. Morning sentences to open your day. Decision sentences for your everyday choices. Self-talk and encouragement for the hard moments. Observation sentences for the world around you. Memory sentences for your past. Planning sentences for what's next. Identity sentences for who you're becoming. Curiosity sentences to keep it all alive. 8 groups, about a dozen sentences each. Together, all 99. None of this was built to sound impressive or ace a test. It exists for one reason: to help you actually think in English during ordinary life. Use these in your own private thoughts, and English becomes natural, one sentence at a time. One honest question before we wrap up. Will 99 sentences be enough forever? No, and that's completely fine. As you keep growing, you'll naturally pick up more words, more patterns. That's a good thing. But right now, you don't need 1,000 sentences to get started. You need a small, sturdy foundation you can actually use every day. These 99 are that foundation. They let you start thinking and speaking in English today, not months from now. These sentences aren't the finish line. They're the starting line. Scaffolding for everything you'll build later. Real conversations, real experiences, your own curiosity. That's what expands your English naturally from here. But this base has to come first. So many learners chase advanced grammar and big vocabulary before ever mastering the simple, everyday stuff, and end up knowing a lot of English while still struggling to think or speak naturally in the moment. Build the foundation first, and everything after it gets easier. So here's a simple method you can start today. Don't just read through these 99 sentences and forget them. Pick 3 every single day and actually live inside them. And that's day 3 done. You didn't just hear a list of sentences today. You found out why they actually work, how that quiet voice in your head shapes everything you say out loud, and how a handful of simple sentences, repeated enough times, can quietly rewire your brain to think in English instead of translating it. This was never about memorizing 99 lines. It's about picking a few and actually living inside them. In your mornings, your decisions,
the quiet moments nobody else sees. So here's your homework. Grab 3 sentences from today and use them for real, starting right now.
The free PDF's linked below this video if you want to come back to all 8 groups later. And if you want to keep building this with me, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. The next set of sentences is already on the way, and it builds straight off what you practiced today. Just showing up today already puts you ahead of most people who never even try. This is Speak Like an American. Keep thinking in English. I'll see you in day 4.